Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chris Maloney finally back with you for CWN Predicts WWE Royal Rumble 2023, taking place live tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. on Peacock WWE Network, as well as the kickoff show taking place on WWE Network, Peacock, as well as social media. I am proud to be back. I'm happy to be back. I hope you like that new opening, the new theme song there. It is a new year, but the same old host and the same old graphics and the same old goofy laugh there. But I am happy to be back, and we're not going live right now, but we are doing the premiere. So if you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, thank you very much. And if you're listening on audio, thank you very much as well. But I've been missing doing this, and when I did the Hall of Fame, Canadian Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame presented by CWN, the 2023 class, it kind of got the itch to maybe start doing this again. And so here we are, CWN Predicts WWE Royal Rumble 2023, and we'll have to wait and see where we go from here. But I am here. I am not live, but I am here, and this is the premiere. But guys, Royal Rumble Saturday is what it's known as, and it takes place tonight. Like I said, live 8 p.m. Peacock WWE Network, kickoff at 7 o'clock p.m. Peacock social media, as well as the WWE Network, and taking place from the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, the 36th annual, and it's pretty cool. It's one of my favorite events of the year. WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series used to be, but it's not the same concept anymore. Now, obviously, SummerSlam, but Royal Rumble's still on my bucket list, and we'll have to wait and see what happens for the WWE in the year. But I am hoping to get to a Royal Rumble someday, and it'll be pretty damn cool if I'm able to. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big matches on par. Let's see, it's been a while since I've been doing this. 5 big matches taking place tonight, including the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. And guys, I've got Mountain Dew Pitch Black here. There you go, you can see that. And I'm going to open it up and try it for the very first time in honor of the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. And I'm going to open it right now. Hopefully it doesn't explode all over the place. So far, so good. And I'm going to try it for the very first time here. Well, not live on the air, but live, as I'm doing this. And we'll see how it tastes. It's actually not too bad. I'm a fan of Mountain Dew. That's, I don't know, maybe 7, maybe an 8, but it's definitely a 7 out of 10 there. But again, Mountain Dew Pitch Black is available here in Canada, and it is promoting and sponsoring this first match of the night. So, Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, Bray Wyatt taking on the one and only LA Knight. If you've been watching everything that's been going on between the two, it's interesting. It's been a slow, I don't want to say slow burn, because we all saw what happened to The Fiend, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens, what they do with Bray Wyatt. Obviously, the skit last night with LA Knight, and basically coming out as the old Bray Wyatt with the probably the tiniest lantern in the world. And I was like, wait a second, I know that music. And all of a sudden, you see the image, and all of a sudden it, portrayed into another standoff, so to speak, between Bray and LA. And obviously Uncle Howdy there in the background. But it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Obviously, they're going to play at WrestleMania. The rumored match right now is Bray Wyatt taking on Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania. But how they get there, this is the road to WrestleMania, and this is where it kind of starts. I'm going to say, but in saying that, I'm going to say this as well. Bray Wyatt's first return televised match since he's been back. Do you make him lose? I don't know. Do you have him win? And how do you portray a feud with Uncle Howdy at that point? Does Alexa Bliss get involved? There's been rumors of the Wyatt Six, so to speak, and Uncle Howdy, if you look at his image, if you look at the portrayal, silhouette, so to speak, that is the one and only Bo Dallas. So that his real life brother portraying that character. You can tell by the beard, the shape of the beard, and everything else. So it'd be brother versus brother at WrestleMania. But tonight, do they put Bray Wyatt over? I'm going to say yes. You don't bring back a guy the height that you did with Bray Wyatt, all the the social media aspects that went along with it. The call, the send off, so to speak. This is your yard now with the Undertaker this past Monday night on Raw. So what do? You put him over. LA Knight, merely a stepping stone, to basically get Bray Wyatt to get to be that in that match with Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania. There's been rumors for the past couple months about, ever since Bray Wyatt was returning, who his Wyatt 6 was going to be. Alexa Bliss was mentioned. Liv Morgan was mentioned. You see the character of Liv Morgan now on SmackDown. I mean, just the craziness there. LA Knight was one of those guys as well. Bo Dallas was one of those guys as well. And I think at one point, who was it? NXT guy was part of that as well. Grayson Waller. I could see his face. I just couldn't think of his name at the moment. But Grayson Waller was supposed to be part of that as well. And we'll have to see where it goes. Obviously, I think it's going to be a whole year-long build for Bray Wyatt to get his faction, so to speak, in place. And it's going to be interesting. But, like I said, Uncle Howdy has been pitched for WrestleMania. You can see what's going on with Alexa Bliss. Liv Morgan going nuts. LA Knight. How do you repackage him to be part of this, though? That would be the interesting aspect. LA Knight is up there in age. He's a phenomenal wrestler, phenomenal character, in shape, everything else. But how do you basically turn him into something that Bray Wyatt, but again, when you think about that, look at what happened with Daniel Bryan, the one and only Bryan Danielson now, but Daniel Bryan back in the day and what happened with him and the Wyatt family. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm going to say Bray Wyatt for the win in this one here in the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. And like I said, I score that a 7 out of 10 as far as pop goes. And I do say pop because I am in Canada. I know it's soda down the States, and my American relatives are probably going to yell at me for it, but it is pop up here in Canada. Match number 2 of the night. Raw Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair as champion, taking on the one and only Alexa Bliss. Bliss, if everything was set up with her and Bray Wyatt, it'd be cool. I could see them having a phenomenal kind of run as champions, the whole kind of stable when they get to that point. But that being said, Bianca's going to go, she's strong, but she's going to go in stronger to WrestleMania because there's no kind of stacked opponents right now as far as her goes. There's feuds all over the place around her, but there's nobody really kind of coming after her. I'm going to hold my thoughts on that until I get to the Women's Royal Rumble match. But I'm going to say Alexa Bliss, it's going to be a good match tonight, especially with everything that's going on with her and Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy, everything else. But keep Bianca strong, book her strong, and basically have her retain tonight. And that Raw Women's Championship will be defended at WrestleMania. And like I said, I'll give you my prediction on that in 2 matches. But Bianca Belair for the win in that one there. Next match, and I'm going in order of importance to me, by the way. It's Royal Rumble main event, men's or women's match should main event it. Obviously the promotion has been for Kevin Owens. Not going to knock him. He's Canadian. I love the guy. And Roman Reigns, but that should not be the main event of the night. I will be disappointed if that is the main event of the night. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns third or even semi-main event. I'd be happy with that. But next match, undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns as champ with Paul Heyman taking on Kevin Owens. And it's interesting here because it's only Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. And I will get into that when I talk about the men's Royal Rumble match. But Kevin Owens, huge opportunity, but they don't create this storyline for Roman Reigns. I think I saw on SmackDown last night, I heard on SmackDown last night, he has been champion for 800 and plus days. That's absolutely amazing. Why would you kill something like that at the Royal Rumble when WrestleMania is right around the corner? This is the road to WrestleMania. So Kevin Owens, my pick, Roman Reigns, but how Kevin Owens loses is going to be interesting. Roman had said to Sammy on Monday, you got one final test basically to pass, and then all of a sudden I'll consider you loyal to the bloodline. And with that being said, what is that final test? And I can see it going in one of 2 ways. I can see number one, basically Sami Zayn pledging his allegiance in this match to help Roman Reigns retain. With that being said, Elimination Chamber, the next pay-per-view is coming up. So a premium live event, it's going to take me some time to get used to, the PLE, is going to be taking place next month in Montreal of all places. And you got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, that whole big storyline, the bloodline, WrestleMania around the corner. Roman Reigns for the win. But, like I said, is Sami Zayn the reason why Roman Reigns is going to win this? Is that the test, or is it the men's Royal Rumble match? And I'll get into that momentarily as well. But I'm going to say this: Roman Reigns for the win to retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And Kevin Owens, obviously, he'll go someplace else for WrestleMania. But Roman Reigns for the win in this one. Now we get to the 2 big main event matches, as I like to say, women's Royal Rumble match. So. And this is a lot better than yesterday. This is a lot better than the beginning of the week. but there's only 12 women been announced for this. So Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Zelina Vega, Emma Lacey Evans, Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Xia Li, and then 18 more superstars. Obviously, Becky Lynch is going to be involved in this. We saw what happened on Raw, but she was hurt, but she's tough. I can see her coming into the match and basically that feud with Bayley continuing. So Becky Lynch would be another one. Alundra Blaze, Medusa was part of Raw this past Monday. She could be a go. Trish Stratus could be a go. Lita could be a go. Molly Holly could be a go. But with that being said, where I think they're going to go storyline with, and obviously you've got two different interactions as far as the Women's Championship goes because of SmackDown and Raw. So the winner of this has their pick still. So being the winner of this, having their pick, I'm going to say Elimination Chamber. I'm going to say that winner there challenges Bianca Belair. And I'm going to say the winner in the Women's Royal Rumble match tonight, I'm going to say is going to be the one and only Rhea Ripley. And I'm going to say because of the feud, the history that she's had with Charlotte Flair, I'm going to say she challenges Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That would be interesting as well because the fact is you've got the faction, the Judgment Day, and all the big ties to that and her and, Monday Night Raw, so to speak. But then you got Rey Mysterio still being on SmackDown. So, I mean, it'd be an interesting storyline to see Rhea win the Women's Royal Rumble match and, again, challenge Charlotte Flair on SmackDown for the SmackDown Women's Championship. If it was her and Bianca Belair, I think that'd be cool as well because Charlotte, they could go a different way. I mean, I've heard about Charlotte and Becky maybe possibly going at it. It could be Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley in a three-way for the SmackDown Women's Championship. You know, the old kind of four horsewomen reunion without, obviously, Sasha Banks. But, it'd be interesting there. But I'm going to say, for the win, Rhea Ripley in this match. We'll have to wait and see who she picks. But Rhea Ripley for the win in the Women's Royal Rumble match. And I'm going to say Becky Lynch for sure is one of those surprise participants. But like I said, 12 superstars announced, 18 left, Becky Lynch being another one. So finally, men's Royal Rumble match, the main event, which should be in my books for tonight, especially because of the fact of the Bloodline storyline of Sami Zayn and everything else. So 19 men have been announced for this one, and I've got a few names that have been talked about as far as surprises go. But the 19 superstars that have been mentioned for the men's Royal Rumble match: Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston, Ricochet, Bobby Lashley, Seth freaking Rollins, Austin Theory, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Omos, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, Santos Escobar, Rey Mysterio, Karrion Kross, Dominic Mysterio, Brock Lesnar, The Miz, Xavier Woods, and 11 more superstars. So 11 more superstars remaining. Rumors have been with regards to Edge. Finn Balor is not part of the match, so he could be in there as well. Damian Priest isn't part of the match, so he could be in there as well. You could have the whole Judgment Day, and then Edge comes in and ruins it for Balor. That's how they go into their WrestleMania kind of program, or Elimination Chamber at that, because it is in Canada. But I think rumored, and I can see easily being part of the match, is Edge. Another one I can see easily being part of the match is Sami Zayn. But with that being said, you've seen what happened this year with regards to the Bloodline and taking over Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and doing their thing. So if Sami Zayn's in the match, guarantee the Usos will be part of the match as well, because they're not wrestling on the show tonight, as well as Solo Sikoa, he could be part of the match as well. I think if things go down the wrong way for Kevin Owens, and like I said, he's going to take the loss tonight, I could see him being part of the men's Royal Rumble match as well. So that main event, that men's Royal Rumble match, is going to be absolutely amazing as far as storylines go, current storylines anyways, of what they've got going on. The two names I haven't mentioned yet that could be part of it as well. So AJ Styles, we know, is injured, but the impact that he made when he debuted at Royal Rumble, I want to say 2016, 2015. I want to say 2016, though. I am getting old. But the impact that he had and the impact that he made since debuting at the Royal Rumble was absolutely phenomenal. He's not going to be in the match. He's broken ankle, and, I think he's sitting on the sidelines there. But Jay White, yes, the one and only Switchblade, could make his debut tonight at the Royal Rumble, and we could see where that goes for him the same way it went for AJ Styles. I think it'd be a knockout of the park, and why not do it in the Alamo Dome? All the fans watching on, watching PLE Premium Live event on tonight as well. WB Network and Peacock, and I think it'd be awesome to see Switchblade Jay White, come into the Royal Rumble itself. You saw last year with regards to Mickie James and her entering the Royal Rumble and that kind of forbidden door and this and that. She could do it again. There could be other champions from other organizations be able to do it as well. Can you imagine Josh Alexander? How cool that would be if he was in the actual the Royal Rumble match tonight. That would be cool as what. With that being said, it's interesting, and the reason I say it's interesting because the fact is when you had New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 17 take place this year, you had WB talent on that show, you had AEW talent on that show, and you had obviously New Japan Pro Wrestling talent on that show, and it was pretty cool, and they could coexist, you know what I mean? And they proved it, and why not do it again tonight? So it'd be interesting. Like I said, I'm a mark for Josh Alexander, so it'd be cool to see him in this match tonight. But Jay White in this match tonight would be just as cool as well. And then obviously the one name that everybody has talked about, the one name I haven't talked about yet, is the one and only great one, the People's Champion, The Rock. It's interesting because of the back and forth that we have seen with regards to, is he going to be there? Is he not going to be there? Is he in shape? Is he in ring shape? The Rock, when it's funny because, so I shouldn't say it's funny, but CWNonline.ca, I've been doing the top 10 championship Royal Rumble matches of all time. Yesterday was number 2. Yesterday I picked The Rock versus CM Punk from 2013. You think about that. That was 10 years ago. 10 years ago when The Rock won that championship at Royal Rumble. So fact is, when you think about that and you think about 10 years later, he had it tough back then because I think it was his match with John Cena at WrestleMania where all of a sudden he injured his ankle. I don't know if it was that year or the following year. But the thing is, you can be in shape, but are you in ring shape? And you're getting older and everything else. And The Rock is more up there in age than than he was when he debuted, so to speak. But for the fans, why would he do it? And it's he's done everything for the fans, but this story with the bloodline just ties in basically everything a fan would want to see as far as, can Roman Reigns go to WrestleMania, face The Rock, and beat The Rock? Because if that's the case, if I'm booking Rock and Roman Reigns for the championships, WrestleMania, what do you do? And I would put Roman Reigns over The Rock. If you separate the titles in the meantime, somehow, some way, Elimination Chamber even, make Roman Reigns defend the title at Elimination Chamber. Sami Zayn could go over Elimination Chamber. You could have, with fantasy booking going on here, but I'll get straight to my point. So tonight, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say The Rock shows up, wins the Royal Rumble tonight. I'm going to say, I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to say Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn go into WrestleMania fighting for, I'm going to say, the Raw Championship, so the Universal Championship. And I'm going to say the SmackDown Championship. So layeth the smack it down, The Rock show, so to speak. I'm going to say Roman Reigns and The Rock for the WWE Championship, the SmackDown Championship at WrestleMania this year. So with that being said, I'm going to say The Rock wins the Royal Rumble tonight. If The Rock doesn't show up, if The Rock doesn't show up, that I can't see him being part of WrestleMania at all. I don't think he's going to show up in Montreal for Elimination Chamber. But I'm going to say The Rock wins. Somehow Roman loses at Elimination Chamber. That champion, you could even do Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes and Sami going in as champion of WrestleMania. Man, it's all sorts of things. My pick for tonight, though, is The Rock. I will discuss maybe some of this other fantasy booking for WrestleMania maybe down the road. We'll see. But I'm going to say The Rock, to win the Men's Royal Rumble match. And I'm going to say if I had a second pick, my backup pick, if they had to go a different direction, it'd be Cody Rhodes for sure. But then even then, you got Sami Zayn. Could be the tie-in as well. Man, it's going to be exciting. You can tell I'm excited for tonight. So, rundown once again. Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. I picked Bray Wyatt for the win. Raw Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss. Bianca Belair for the win. Undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. I'm going to say Roman Reigns for the win there over Kevin Owens. Women's Royal Rumble match. Like I said, I'm going to say that Rhea Ripley wins. I'm going to say she challenges Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship going into WrestleMania. Men's Royal Rumble match. I'm going to say The Rock. And I'm going to say basically The Rock is going to challenge Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, where basically it's going to be Cody Rhodes in the main event against somebody. In this night 1, night 2, but one of the main events. So Cody Rhodes going for that Universal Championship at WrestleMania as well. So guys, those are my picks. Long shot with The Rock, with all the rumors and everything else. But again, it's WrestleMania season on the horizon. It's the road to WrestleMania. It's Royal Rumble. Like I said, it's my second favorite WWE event, besides WrestleMania there. So guys, tonight 8 p.m. live WWE Network as well as Peacock, and then 7 o'clock p.m. kickoff show takes place, social media, Peacock, WWE Network as well. It's been a while, but I've missed doing this. And as always, you can check me out at Chris Maloney, CWN, on social media, mainly Instagram as well as Twitter. I don't kind of use anything else, but I'm pretty good on both of those platforms there. But guys, that is it. Enjoy the show tonight. I will see what happens in the meantime, as far as maybe another show, maybe making its re-debut, so to speak. We'll have to wait and see. I know it's been talked about. I know I've been given permission by my wife, but it's all good. But we'll have to wait and see if something else re-debuts as well. But guys, that is it. Thank you very much for watching and listening. And like I always say, I will talk to everybody again sometime soon.